Hi, what's up you guys? It's Shane. Welcome back to another video. Today we are building a family home for one of my friends using limited packs. I really hope you guys enjoy this. They had requested a family home for their 3 to 4 Sims, and they gave me a list of what packs they had, which ones they didn't, and I was able to accommodate them there. And I just went ahead and had a good old time building this. They didn't give me a budget, they just gave me some basic traits of what their Sims liked. Like the mom liked cooking, the dad was a coder, and liked playing video games, and the kids were an infant and a child. So I was able to kind of build around those kind of statistics. I didn't know if they had like a grandma in the house too or something, so I did give them an extra room in the form of a guest room, which you will see. I go ahead and do the floor plan in just a moment here, but I had so much fun building this. I know I say that in every video, but sometimes the builds kind of slog and it can be really hard. But I felt like I got to flex some muscles by doing a limited pack build here, and showing what you can do with even just a few packs. So here I am just setting up the entryway to get that squared away. I kind of made this house really big. I could have probably made it a little bit smaller, but I really wanted to make sure that the floor plan upstairs wasn't too crazy. I almost fit a 4th bedroom upstairs, but I didn't know how I was going to do the stairs yet. I really struggled with those stairs. I had no idea how I wanted to do them. I wanted to make sure I got the floor plan figured out downstairs too, so I wasn't like trapping myself, and I made sure I had a dining area. I ended up making the guest room just a little bit bigger. And I moved the back door a little bit to the side because I wanted to give them some backyard space because the mom liked to garden. So you can see now I'm going ahead and doing some windows and placing those down. This took me a little while too because I was like, how do I want to do these? I ended up changing like the size of like the patio and stuff, and you know, you never know what you're getting into until you start doing it, and you have one idea and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I realized here, I was like, why isn't this centering? Why isn't this centering? It's because I had one extra tile on the roof. I did build this last week before the new update came out on July 1st, so you were probably seeing this video in August. I filmed this in June. So I'm still pretty ahead on some Sims videos. I could probably update this schedule so you're getting more than one video a week, but I don't know when I have time to build anything. I'm trying to find a job out here in Alaska and get that sorted too, so, you know, I don't want to overdo it with my schedule. I was supposed to have a Baldur's Gate series come out, but some of the audio on some of the later videos got kind of mucked up, and it's hard to re-record those, so I'm just like, I threw away the whole series. Same with like the Black Widow series I was gonna do. I've been pretty consistent on these speed builds, and you know what, that's fine. I can do these pretty easily. They're not too much of a time commitment. The longest part that it takes is the build itself and then the voiceover afterwards. Make sure that I'm talking about interesting things and, you know, keep referring to the build. I might do a Let's Build series or something where I kind of upload the full build like a stream. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes and where I want to take that. But here you can see I'm just decorating the front, adding some character, and I'm going to go ahead and landscape. I've been trying to break out of my habit of doing the same like 5 things on landscape, but it's kind of a challenge to not like do the same 6 things, you know. But you know, I said you know so many times at this point. Here I am doing the little back patio and getting that sorted. I didn't even put a roof back here. I'm gonna do the backyard a little bit. I don't like how the back of the house looks or the backyard, but it's the back of the house, so I think it's allowed to be a little bit ugly. Same with the backyard. I think it can be a little bit ugly as long as it's functional. But I was gonna put a pool, but I ended up just doing a hot tub at the end, but I think I messed with the pool for quite a bit. I I couldn't make it work in the way I wanted to, and I thought about like fencing the whole thing, and then I remembered, oh, she wanted to be able to garden, and so I ended up changing the plan a little bit. But I hope you guys like this. I think it was a really fun house. I think it's accessible to a lot of Sims players. Limiting my packs by what my friends has kind of shows me better what people actually have, because of course I'm a weirdo who has all the packs so far. I haven't pre-ordered the Enchanted by Nature kit yet, which I will eventually get, but it's just not in the budget right now. I will probably get that for my birthday though. But we will see about that. Back to the build though, I am checking to make sure the trees aren't intercepting the house. Oh, I sent my friend a picture of the backyard and how ugly it was. That's what I was doing there. I think I go ahead and do the kitchen first on this one. I might do the living space. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I wanted it to be cutesy and she said she wanted it to be kind of homey, kind of cluttered. Which was a different kind of challenge for me because I don't typically make super cluttered houses. I might add some clutter here and there, but she did say the sim liked to cook, and I took that to heart. I wanted to make sure the kitchen felt like there's plenty of storage, there was a lot of space in there. I ended up doing like an island space where I managed to put the sink. Yeah, I do think it's kind of weird to have the dishwasher across the way from the sink like that, but it is The Sims, so it's not like it's really gonna matter that much. But I did want to get a dishwasher in the house. But I did have fun decorating the kitchen and trying to make it like a little bit more homey and cutesy. I really like the kitchen clutter kit that came out more recently, my timeline wise, where I am in modern day. It's been out for a while now. But I did have fun using that. Of course, like my videos are always going to be a couple packs behind because of the fact that I do so much batch recording. But I hope you guys don't mind that too much. I could probably move some videos around and get some like updated content out sooner, but I don't like to mess with it because I don't know what I've talked about in past videos and what I haven't, and it's been a while since I've even done a voiceover, so because I'm finally kind of getting settled into Alaska and getting settled into what I'm doing and, you know, figuring it out. So yeah, it's been a journey, but here we are now doing the living room, now that we have the kitchen and the dining space finished. I think this turned out so cute, just like having like a cute little corner to like sit and relax in and watch TV. I really like that TV picture frame from, I think it's Modern Lux. I like to use it to sneak in TV's places. I'm then going to do this hall bath, which turned out pretty darn cute if I do say myself. Of course, I leaned heavily on Spot for the bathrooms in this build because like it's one of the packs she has, and you know, I wanted to make it kind of cute and fun. I almost forgot a trash can. I'm so bad about trash cans sometimes. I always forget them. And here I do like a guest bedroom office space. So like if you have a sim that needs like a computer or like someone wants to come stay over or something, you know, they can easily come do that. But I wanted to make the house feel kind of lived in, a little bit homier, a little bit more cluttered, but also still make sure that the build was could work. I ended up making like a little toy corner over there where like if the mom's downstairs cooking, like the kids could be down there playing dolls or something. And maybe they have a toddler potty right there so like they can potty train on the go. They don't have to always go upstairs to potty train. But I don't know. I think it's a fun story building element. I had a lot of fun doing the kids' rooms too and like really imagining what the Sims life could look like. Because she gave me like a quick summary about her Sims that she was using in this house, and I don't know, I felt like one of the girls, she was like artsy and a loner, and I was like, well, if I was a loner kid who's kind of artsy, I would love the color yellow, so I really wanted to use a lot of yellow, and it turned out that was the color that She had actually assigned that sim was yellow, so it worked out pretty well. And I love this bathroom and how it turned out. You'll see it better in the tour. And this bedroom and this little like infant toddler room is just so cute. I don't typically build this way, but I might have to do it more often because it turned out super duper cute. I didn't play test it though. That's the thing that I'm really guilty about in a lot of these builds is I don't play test often. I also think this room is too bright because those lights are too bright, but I really like those cloud lights. I think they're really cute. So I added a lot of clutter and stuff, which I don't typically do, and you know, you can move stuff around, get rid of stuff, and then like you have like the kids room with the music and the creative space, and oh, it turned out like darling, and I was just like, oh, I should build more kids rooms with more intentionality. But they just turned out pretty cute, and I love it the way that they turned out. Oh yeah, I adore the kids room and the toddlers room. The parents room I kept pretty simple. I don't know. It's like the adult thing where like adults don't have personalities, which is really bad because I'm an adult. But like my bedroom would have a lot more personality than this. But I don't know. I don't tend to put a lot of personality in adult bedrooms in The Sims, I guess. I'm noticing that more with some of the other builds I've been doing. I'm like, I should really like be more intentional with like putting personality into rooms. I think I said I was going to come back to the adult room too right there because I was like, oh, I saw these items that would make it really cute and like homey downstairs, and then I just never did. But on that note, we are getting to the end of this video, so while I build this book nook kind of like office area, let's go ahead and get ready to jump into game for the tour. All right, let's jump into game, you guys. Here we have Emmy Suburban, where you watched me struggle to name it a minute ago. This was built for a friend of mine who has limited packs, so I wanted to make them a limited pack family build. So when you first walk in, you have this cute little living room with a TV, a hall bath right here, or a guest bath for downstairs. You have a cute little play area so the kids can sit and play while the mom cooks. And then you have the dining area, which I think worked out really well in this space by the back door. You have a guest room / office space back here, which I also really enjoyed building. And then in the backyard, you've got some planting areas, monkey bars for the kids, a hot tub, and a grilling area, which I hope works well for storytelling purposes. And then if we go ahead and go upstairs, we have a second office area where the dad could work, theoretically. Or, you know, maybe it's the family computer. You know, whatever story you want to tell. I should have put some art on that wall. I guess that's a good place if you take photos in your game to put some family photos, too. And then over here we have a nursery for an infant or a toddler. I made it very pink because she personally had a baby girl in her game. And I just always tend to make little girls' rooms very pink. I really like these cloud lights. I think they look very, very cute. And then over here we've got a kids' room where they are clearly kind of artistic and like music, and I tried to add that in, give them another dollhouse. And then we have the parents' room where I kept it pretty simple. I forgot to put curtains in here. Whoops. But I thought it was pretty cute, pretty simple. And then we have the main suite bath, where I kept it very serene, very cutesy. And then, oh my gosh, I loved doing this hall bath. I don't take a lot of time in Sim bathrooms, but I love putting up these decals and making like this whole like story with the decals of like the whale and the shark and stuff. And like the little fish and the coral and stuff, and I put the ladybug rug and some dinosaurs, and I just made it very cutesy. Like, it's not like built for kids, but you know, the parents made it kid friendly, and I thought this was a cute touch because Oh my gosh, if you've ever done a child's hair, you know it's a mess. But yeah, that's pretty much the space in the rooms. I hope you guys like this build and want to see more. Let me know what you want to see in the comments and leave a like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.